Hello everyone, Dante's Toys here. Dante's ready for the first look, huh? So here we have the 2020 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Heroes of Endor set. I actually picked this up recently for a really good price. This is one of those rare instances where a exclusive is actually way below retail. I mean, if you don't count the Starkiller set that went in deep discount soon after, I don't know if that was because of overproduction or whatever it was, but this is one of those sets that, although it came out 4 years ago, you can get it for a very, very cheap price. So I know that these were re-released as individual packaging in the Galaxy packaging, but I kind of wanted to get this set, and I was contemplating whether or not to open it. I do like, exclusives, but just the way the packaging in, and I'm gonna actually open it while speaking. It comes with this sleeve. You just kind of remove this off the top, and the packaging is awesome. It folds. I mean, when it first, it's like a rectangle, and then it opens like this, and it looks really cool because it does look like an image from Return of the Jedi. Now, you see Pop Blue here in the speeder. You have Luke in the woods, and then you have Leia and Han on this side. So actually, I was contemplating whether or not to keep them in the packaging, but at the end of the day, I do open my figures for the most part, and this would be really hard to display even in this box. Although it looks really nice, but it would take up a ton of room. So we are gonna open this up. It does seem a little complicated, but we're gonna try and figure this out. Let me see if I'm able to do it like this. So Return of the Jedi is one of those movies where, do I think it's the best Star Wars movie? No, I think it's really, really good. I think the first 45 minutes, like a friend of the channel, Zoo Boy, always mentions that Return of the Jedi is his favorite Star Wars movie, but he agrees that Empire is the best. And I'm with him. I think that I'm a huge fan of the whole Jabba the Hutts, the Denizens, the Rancor, Luke coming back, saving Han and all that. So I do like that, and I do like the end. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan of the Battle of Endor. At first, with the ponchos and the helmets, I was kind of like off-putting, and even the Ewoks, you think of the logic of like, how is it that these 3-foot furry bear-looking creatures with sticks and stones are able to take out, the Galactic Empire, and it kind of didn't make sense. And at a young age, I kind of like understood that too, but as you grow older, you kind of like don't see it that way. You enjoy it for what it is. So that's why when it came to Return of the Jedi figures, the ones specifically for the Endor scene, I was kind of like, wait, maybe a deep discount. But the more I thought about it, I was like, no, you need these. These are an essential part of the original trilogy, and I'm big on the original trilogy. So slowly, I've been trying to look for Wicket. I know Wicket, when it came out, the price point was, a lot of people thought that it was a little bit overpriced, and I kind of agree. For what it is, it's a tiny figure, but the paint applications are really good. I know I don't have one, but I'm speaking on what I've seen online, the reviews. It does look like a great figure, but that $25 price point. But sometimes you gotta dish out. You gotta pay for things like that, especially if you want Black Series to continue making original trilogy figures. So here in the first set, it's gonna be the Leia and the Han. And one thing I had to look this up, that since it came out in 2020, it does have a photoreal printing. I don't know if you're able to see. I think Leia looks phenomenal. To me, I still like the Hoth Leia the most, but this one might be second. It's a good contender. And Han as well. Han looks awesome. So the way they have it posed here, that might be how I pose it in the shelf. So this comes with, I believe this is Han's trench coat. Yeah. And Leia's helmet. So here we have Leia's helmet. Really good detail. The paint applications, the sculpt is awesome. This looks really, really good. I don't know if you can take a look. Yeah, it looks great. The poncho, let's take a look at it. Is it the greatest quality? No. But then again, I mean, I know that they have customs out there, and I know they do a really good job. Custom capes or custom robes, custom anything is really expensive for 6-inch figures. But I know that if it's gonna be, you know, the one figure with the one cloak, and might as well dish out the money. But this isn't the worst for, you know, it comes with the set, so I will probably be posing Han with it depending on how he looks. But yeah, that's not terrible. I mean, the stitching is there. Is it flawed? Yes. Are there parts that, you know, they could have done a cleaner job? Yeah, but you can't expect too much, you know. This is not an import quality figure, but that's not terrible. So I'm gonna actually place these right here. So let's take a look at these. Man, how am I gonna do this? So I try to be very careful. One thing that does bother me a lot is when myself, I ruin a figure, whether, you know, I cut something I shouldn't, or trying to take it out of the packaging, something comes off loose or anything like that. So I try to be careful. So I think that should be good for Leia. Yeah. So here we have Leia. Oh, she looks great. Look at that head sculpt. Look at that paint job. That's Carrie Fisher, 100%. That looks awesome. I really like that pose. She does come with her blaster pistol. It does have some paint. I do know that there is something holding it. I will remove that eventually, but this is just a quick look. And the poncho looks pretty good. The belt has pretty clean paint apps right there on the buckle. And I'm not gonna remove this. I know there's might be ways on how to removing the poncho, but I'm actually gonna keep her like that. But yeah, she looks awesome. She looks great. And up next we have Han. So I believe this Han came out during the red box and before photoreal printing, and I did actually have that Han. That was actually one of my first figures, but this is leaps and bounds better compared to that. And one more. There we go. Should be good. So here we have him. Yeah, that's Harrison Ford for sure. Look at that. That looks pretty good. Yeah, this is super clean. The paint apps are really good. So on the belt, it's really clean. On the legs, yeah, I mean it's a dated figure. It still has the pins, but I don't really care too much about that as long as the head sculpt is really good and the paint applications are clean. Also on his blaster, he does have paint right on the top. This Han looks really good. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with this. All right, let's keep going. Next, we're gonna do the hero of all heroes. It's gonna be Luke. So let's open this up. To me, believe it or not, my favorite of the original trilogy is Empire Strikes Back. I think that, you know, the introduction of Yoda, Boba Fett, all these pivotal characters was so important. But I have a soft spot for A New Hope. I think, to me, A New Hope might be my second favorite. I was actually watching it recently, and I really enjoy that. It's the one that started it all. So I actually really enjoy A New Hope. And then I would say Return of the Jedi is my third. So let's carefully get this removed. should come out. They did a really good job with the packaging. Should be good. Are we good? There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. This had a lot more ties than the Leia and the Han. Let me just remove this carefully. And this. Okay, here we go. So this is the Luke. His poncho looks great. His helmet, similar to Leia's. It's the same sculpt, but different dry brushing. Yeah. And I'm assuming different size actually, because Leia does have a smaller head, so actually it might be completely different. From what I believe, the helmet is removable. From what I've seen. Let's see if we could do this. I don't want to break it. Remember I mentioned I hate. There we go. Pretty easy. So here he is. Not the greatest likeness to Mark Hamill, but not the worst. I'm actually going to keep him with the helmet. The poncho, I believe, is removable on this, but pretty good paint apps on the buckle. Poncho looks really cool. And let's take a look at his lightsaber real quick. See if that can come off easily. Here we are. Pretty clean paint applications, not bad. Yeah, that's really cool. I like him a lot. And then finally, we're gonna take a look at the speeder bike with Papu. Alrighty, let's see how we're gonna open this. It's actually fairly simple, but you have to know where to open it. Got one side, got the other. Okay. So just kind of want you to take a look before I do open it, how creative they were with making this packaging. It looks like straight out of the movie. I love how like the sides kind of looks like he's speeding away, and you can kind of see the blurriness of the trees and all that. So I thought that was very creative. So let's go ahead and open this. This is gonna be complicated, huh? Can I get this? Oh yes, I can get this out. Perfect. Oh, I might even display it like this. That looks awesome. Would that work? Could work, but no, I already opened the other one, so let's get this guy out. Oh wow, this actually might be a bit complicated. I wonder if I can just there we go. Okay, so the stand is down there. I kept it because I have to remove all that packaging, the plastic, to get the stand out. So all I did is get the speeder bike out. This is actually my first speeder bike from in this colorway. I do have the Mandalorian with the Grogu, from the Mandalorian show. Same sculpt, different paint apps. This is a darker brown, that one's a lighter brown, or a lighter tan color. But here we have him. He looks awesome. He looks really good. The sculpt on Papu is really good. The paint apps on the feather, on his, what would you call this? It's like a rubber material. I'm actually most impressed with the speeder bike. I think they did a really good job. If you can tell that there's some really good dry brushing, some paint apps. The mold itself is awesome. Yeah, I'm actually very excited. If you look at the back, this has a good wash on it, and this blaster over here, it does articulate, but he looks really good. So all in all, I do have to say that I'm very happy with this pickup. I will be adding to the collection more of the Endor figures. I'm going to do that Rebel Trooper. I'm gonna add Wicket, Tebow, and some other things like that. So stay tuned for more videos. All right, guys, stay safe.